They're a good team, but we got you. So we're going to win. Objects in motion stay in motion as long as they live.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first matchup of the NBA Cup. There is a lot of excitement in this building tonight. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. They've got Grant. Also, Okongwu out there, and it's man in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Cavaliers, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Beast out there with Darius Garland. And it's Salon in at the 3. And for both these teams, it's game 1 of the NBA Cup. Chance to notch a regular season win and, more importantly, start strong in this group round.
Yeah, it's important to gain some early momentum because you can be out of this in a hurry. We've seen good teams blink, and they're gone.
The tip-off goes to Cleveland. And tonight marks the start of the NBA Cup for MP. I know a major goal for him is winning this competition, making a statement to the rest of the NBA.
Well, when you look at the Cup, you almost have to win this first game to advance out of the group stage. So MP has made it a point to get his teammates ready, imploring them to treat this like a playoff game. I'm excited to see how they come out.
Time now to hand over to David Aldridge for some information about MP.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, MP certainly has his heart set on winning this NBA Cup. I asked him why it was so important to him, and he said it'll show just how strong this team is, that we're competitors, and that we're must-watch basketball this season. MP certainly sounds committed to this tournament. Guys,
we all love the NBA Cup, don't we? And I bet his coach loves hearing his player MP say that as much as we do. Thank you, David. And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe. And here is Garland. Pass to the Beast. And it's sent back by Okongwu. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And another miss by Cleveland.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even at a power finish. Here's the Beast. And another miss by Cleveland.
Yeah, not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
It's tipped. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Grant on the wing. Pass to Kolek. Takes the three.
And when Garland is engaged on B, it's a great sign for this team.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Cleveland shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
Hard not to like how dynamic Garland is on the floor. He's a high-energy player who works hard to maximize his impact on the game.
All free throws good from Garland.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. For Cleveland, they've gone 0-5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
And Atlanta calls the first time out of the game. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
Checking out the numbers for the Beast. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, chipped in at 38 points per game. Just over 2 blocks and 4 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
Absolutely. I wish I had 2 or 3 like him coming off the bench when I was coaching. If I did, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you guys.
It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Here's Kolek. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Cavaliers with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
And nothing feels better than a win where team defense is the main factor.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Thunder was tremendous. He scored 54 points and caused real problems for shooters with his shot blocking. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Here's the Beast. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game.
Oh, nice pass there. Garland with the great vision.
The Hawks have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. We've got 1:55 left here in the first quarter.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Kolek grabs the miss.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Here's Grant, buried from 15 feet out. Grant's got his second bucket.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And it's a completely new group for Cleveland. Here we are, Greg, looking at early returns from these teams. It's pretty revealing.
Yeah, the first few games of the season quickly tell you what you're good at. And they tell you also what you need to work on.
1:37 left in the first quarter. Pass to Iguodaro. Now, Alexander Walker. Hunter, no one around him. The putback is no good. Here's Hardy. Hunter grabs the miss.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Pass to Gordon. Here's Banton for the three. The shot missing. Here's Kolek. Still scoreless. And here's Hardy. 5 on the clock. over Hunter. Iguodala grabs the rebound. Cleveland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And Hunter is good for 3.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. There's a screen. Shoots from 12. Misses off the right angle.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Count the basket.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
Here's Kolek. Takes a 3. And so the first quarter is in the books. Cavaliers lead by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about the Cavaliers so far in this one?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
We've got Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Gordon out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Iguodala in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's Alexander-Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Cavaliers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And the first one at the line is good. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Allen's checked in. So he gets them both. The Hawks trail by 7. Now here's Hardy. Hasn't made one yet. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. And Cleveland making a change here. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Allen outside. Pass to Salon. Outside, Green. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Here's Salon. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Thomas checked in for Terrence Mann. Outside Warren. Pass to Sampson. Back to Warren. 5 to shoot. Shepard with a screen for Warren. The Hawks again can't hit. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Here's Banton. Still without a basket. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And Salon gets it to go.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now, here's Warren. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks?
Yeah.
Payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Garland, he's checked in for Delano Banton. And he sinks the second. Here's Garland. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Diabate. Allen with the screen for Garland. And it's sent back by Okongwu. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu. Evan Mobley's checked in for Cleveland. Stolen by Warren. It's up a 3. Count that one. And the Cleveland lead has been cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Harden.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Now here's Mobley. No scoring in this one. Back to Garland. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. The rebound by Grant. The Hawks trail by 6. Over in the corner, Warren. Pass to Hardy. Fires from deep. Cavaliers with the rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. Here's Salon. Buries the long-range jumper. Salon's got a pair of triples in the second now for Cleveland. Atlanta calls timeout. The Beast, he's checked in for Green. The Hawks trail by 9. Here's Kolek. He has yet to score. Takes it inside. Pass to Hood, Schifino. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6. 1:53 left in the first half of the game. Here's the Beast. He's got 7. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. The Beast's got 9 points.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
Here's the 3. It's hauled in by the Cavaliers. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Count it, good. Hood Schifino's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Knocked loose. Pass to Salone. Here's the Beast. And another miss by Cleveland. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
And that's a foul called on the Beast. That is his first foul of the game. And Cleveland making a change here. And here's the fast break. Here's the Beast. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. Over to the wing. Here's Kolek, guarded by Garland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hood Schifino. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Here's the Beast. Powered down with both hands.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We come back right after this.
Welcome, everybody. Let's get right to it. It's been nothing short of a tremendous challenge for the Atlanta Hawks.
Guys, they're laying bricks out there. Shaq, I could read your mind as you were watching that.
I can't say that I was thinking out loud, not on this show.
Pointing out that they're shooting under 30% from 3. That's frosty. Okay, now let's see what's going on around the league in terms of injuries.
The Pistons are at less than 100%. Boy, the loss of Cade Cunningham, man. He's such a strong presence. He has such an impact on the game in a big, big way. Man, they'll have trouble riding this out without it.
Next man up, that's what's up. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at the Beast, he's really been playing well.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
And because of that, I expect to see a huge emphasis on ball control moving forward.
On the court for Atlanta, Terrence Mann is out there with Grant. Then it's Okongwu, and it's Kolek in at the point. Here's the Beast. And he drives in, and good that time. The Beasts got the first points of the second half here for the Cavs. Grant outside. Allen against Okongwu. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Salon. Traps in the tray. Salon's got 11.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Kolek, no good.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Outside Garland. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Yeah, very hot start out of halftime, making their first 3 shots, getting the looks that they want, and knocking them down.
Pass to Grant. Here's Kolek. Still yet to score. To stop the run. And the shot goes in.
All right, they got one on the board in the second half. Now you want to see more shots start to drop.
Here's the Beast. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better. Bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Here's Kolek. The Cavaliers making the shot. No good on that one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The Beast passes to Mobley. Here's the Beast. He's covered by Grant. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. And you look at the Beast, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Kicks it out to Allen. Atlanta making a switch here. Warren's checked in. Here's the Beast. He's got 23. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Pass to Kolek. Back to Warren. Lets it go from deep. The three-pointer is right on target.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's the Beast. And it's good, 2 points. The Beast's got 10 points here in the second half.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Bounce pass from Warren. Here's Golick. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Iguodala's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. Then on Wednesday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town.
And for that matchup with the Pelicans,
It's one that I'm excited for. A couple of teams that play exciting basketball meeting up early in the season.
And he knocks down the first one. Cavaliers making a switch here. Hunter's checked in, and the Hawks making a change here as well. Shepard's checked in.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
To the paint. Here's Sampson. Diabate grabs the board. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on an 18-5 run here.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Here's Golick. They set the screen. Pass to Shepard. Now here's Hardy. 6 on the shot clock. The Hawks again can't hit.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
That one good for 2. Warren's got 6. Cleveland's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look, just couldn't finish.
And that one's good. Hardy's got his second basket of the game.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Here's the beast. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll return shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Butler out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Green. And it's Iguodala in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. So it's Atlanta now. The Cavaliers making the shot. Warren inside. Iguodala grabs the rebound. Iguodala's got 6 rebounds in the game. Alexander Walker with the ball. Pass to Butler. The 3. Sampson pulls it in. Sampson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Warren. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
Now here's Butler. Shoots over Warren, and that one's good by Butler.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's Warren. Driving to the basket. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Warren. Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Both free throws good from Warren. So, Stan, I've been wondering about these different approaches. The development system for youth basketball is vastly different in the U.S. than in Europe. Which do you think is best?
Well, I think in terms of developing skills, Kevin, we've seen it. The European players of all sizes have very well-rounded games skill-wise. They do a lot of work on a daily basis developing those skills, whereas in the U.S., our young guys play a lot of games in the AAU system. Skill development not as strong, but they do learn to compete on an everyday basis.
Free throw drops for Alexander Walker. Back when you played, Greg, the offseason was more of a dead period for the league. Not anymore. They want to make it year-round. Every month, something's going on.
Kevin, I love Vegas Summer League. It's given us some extra hoops. It's created a ton of excitement for the future. And also the trades and signings. The NBA is a 12-month-a-year league.
Atlanta shooting 28%, a rocky performance for them offensively. Hardy passes to Warren. Pass to Hardy. Back to Warren. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by Gordon.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And he is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Now, here's Warren. With the teardrop, he lays it in. Warren's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
Pass to Alexander Walker. No good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And here is Butler. Now Green. Here's Iguodaro. And Butler, here we go. Basket good.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
And it's Warren with the ball for Atlanta. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And landing zone fouls have been a part of the rule book for some time now, Coach. It's changed how shooters shoot.
No question, Kevin, and it's a good thing, I think. The NBA needs to protect the shooters. They're doing that. None of us wants injuries that could be prevented. We don't want to see the great shooters just come down and land on somebody's foot and miss 6 to 8 weeks.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Cleveland.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
So both teams changing it up here. And so Butler nails both of them. Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Hood-Schifino. Another 3 for Atlanta.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Pass to Salon. Something we're used to seeing here in the NBA, Coach. Retired players being critical of the younger generations. What's your assessment?
I think it's unfortunate, Kevin. I really do. I think the approach should more be from the retired players. They should have an appreciation of what they built and really enjoy the accomplishments of the current players. And then on the other hand, the current players need to look back and respect the foundation that those former players built for them.
Now, here's Garland. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Grant.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Cavaliers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the Beast.
And how about his defense in this one? He was just wreaking havoc and racking up the steals. Really tremendous effort on that end.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
The Beast, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's good from the Beast. Both free throws good from the Beast. Here's Hood-Schifino. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. And tonight, not just a regular season win, it also counts in the NBA Cup standing.
And if you look at the teams that advance in the Cup, you normally have to win this first game, so they're off to a strong start.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood. Yeah, MP. Time to warm up. Get ready to rock. We know MP came ready to play.
They got nothing on y'all. You got this. Let's go.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Ali LaForce courtside. And here's what the Utah Jazz schedule looks like. On Wednesday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Saturday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come to town.
One way you could look at this difficult stretch against some of the best in the league, it's a tremendous chance to prove to the league just how good your team is. It could provide a huge statement.
The starters for Utah. we've got Zion Williamson. And it's Sensabaugh and it's small forward. And for the Cavaliers, at the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Then it's Darius Garland, and it's Salon in at the 3. If you like slow-paced basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Here we go.
And the tip belongs to the Jazz. Williamson outside. Pass to Sensabaugh. Fires the 3. Connects from downtown.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Beast. Good.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here are the Cavaliers now. They've been on a heater of late. 7 wins in a row.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can. Okay, when you let someone with this height get this close, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop, especially when he has that big of an advantage in this category.
And stolen by Williamson. We played just over a minute here in the first. George passes to Williamson. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
I just love the ball movement.
The Jazz have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute, and we got right to it. The question of how do you stop Zion? From what Coach told me, it's all about being physical. He said, we're not going to let him run us over in the lanes or just stomp us inside. We're going to fight back hard. So it sounds like Coach is expecting high effort physically from his team.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And this is a player who's been giving his all. Our Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
He's more than deserving of this accolade given the way he's been playing. He injects so much energy into their offense, whether he's finishing the play himself or lending a helping hand.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. They set the pick. Can they get it? Utah with another miss.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
And now the Cavaliers on the break. Here's the Beast. Woodson with a rebound. Utah has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Spins. George outside. From downtown. It's rebounded by Salon. The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. The Beast passes to Mobley. On the take. The Beast shot is off. Jazz trail by 7. Pass to George. Puts up a 3. Second chance shot. Woodson, no good.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty. And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
The Beast. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's his first trip to the line. He misses the free throw. Lawson, he's checked in for Utah. He hits the second from the line. They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. All right, some time here to take a look at the 2K leaderboard. Here were the league's top shooting squads from last year. Utah, number 1. The 4th spot held by Cleveland.
And the way both of these squads shot the ball last season was tremendous. Trusting in one another, following their offensive game plan, and executing with confidence.
Here's Woodson. Williamson with a screen on Garland. Driving to the basket. Kicks it out to Williamson. 4 on the clock. And that one's good. Lawson.
Unselfish play there by Zion. Moving the ball to another shooter.
And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for Cleveland. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
They won both of their meetings last season. You love to pull that off against another powerhouse.
I don't know, but I do know that they're looking at the possible finals matchups. These are two of the league's most dangerous teams, no doubt.
And it's Utah with the ball. The Cavs getting their last shot to go. Oh, rejected by Allen.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's the Beast. Give him 8. Pass to Garland. Here's the Beast. Take it away. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the Beast in their last matchup against the Hawks was simply terrific. He dropped 35 points, and not only was he terrific offensively, he also made an impact on defense. He had more than his fair share of ink on the scoreboard. I'm sure he wants to repeat that tonight, too, guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Here's Garland following the bucket by Utah. The Beast shot is off.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
Sasser outside. Here's Sensabaugh. What a tremendous game he played against the Lakers.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to the Beast. Back to Garland. Fires from deep. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
Here's Woodson. Williamson left side. Here's Sensabaugh. Clock at 6. To the inside. Woodson. Soft touch off the glass. Woodson's got 6. Cleveland leading by 4. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the Beast. And that one is stuffed right through.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Williamson looking around. Pass to Lawson. Can't connect from short range. And so it's Cleveland leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
They've got DeAndre Hunter. Aaron Gordon is out there with Jared Allen. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Banton in at the point guard. That's the group for Cleveland, getting going in the second. That free throw good from Allen.
Well, you talk about an anchor for this defense. Richard Jared Allen is that.
It's hard to find a big man who can move and eat up space like Allen. He's a great shot blocker that can also move his feet on the perimeter and guard in isolation. But a difference maker at the rim, that is where he's at his best.
Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Here's Lawson, 6 to shoot. Nails it from 3. Lawson's got 6.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Drills it from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Williams with the screen. And it's Utah scoring again.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Outside Hunter. Outside Alexander Walker. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there. Jazz trail by 7. To the left side wing. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Lawson's shot is off. Cleveland has gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Pass to Banton. From behind the arc. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Utah's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. The rebound by Allen. Cleveland leading by 7. Alexander Walker with it. Now guarded by Sohan. Gordon outside. Hunter with the ball. And he lobs it up top. And it's Allen who slams it home.
When you combine his length and leaping ability, Allen is a ridiculous lob threat.
Here's Lawson. The Jazz again can't hit. The Cavaliers have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Allen outside. Gordon outside. Back to Alexander Walker. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Lawson. Give him 8 points now. The Jazz again can't hit. Here's Banton. Sasser defending. Pass to Hunter. Allen with a screen on Williams. And here's Hunter from the arc. Pure from three-point range. Hunter's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Lawson. 9 points in his last outing. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. Lawson's got 7 now in this quarter. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Cleveland leading by 10. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you're talking about competing. Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor."
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie. First trip to the line for him here. And the first one at the line is good. Very early in the season, but a lot of excitement still in the air, Grant.
No question, B.A. I mean, the fan base will usually carry it until their team is mathematically eliminated. Fans in this league are so passionate about their teams, and that's one of the things that makes the NBA so great.
Good on both. And it's Garland with the ball for Cleveland. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Celtics. Pass to Woodson. Now here's George. Drops in the three. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
The Beast. No good. Unable to win this run.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Outside Garland. Here's the Beast. And once again, off the mark by Cleveland.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you've got to shoot your way out of the slump. Even for him.
A minute 31 left in the second. It's George on the wing, guarded by Garland. George's shot is off. Cleveland leading by 5. Here's the Beast. Drains the jumper to finish off the break. The Beast has got 12 points. Utah's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Sohail outside. To the paint. Shot is up. Collects the 2 points near the hoop. 14 points for him.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Got a hand on it. The Beast passes to Garland. Here's the Beast. Utah with the rebound. Woodson's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. It's stolen away. Here's the Beast. No good on the triple. Jazz trail by 5. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's tipped. There's the 3. Utah grabs the miss. Woodson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Lawson. Takes the 3. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played for every team in the league, so I'd like to ask him first, Ernest.
Well, everybody wanted me, Kenny, don't be jealous. I say L.A. is way up there. You know, because you're always home. Especially during the 3P days. It was very, very hot there.
Yeah, you kind of set yourself up for that one, Jed.
I know.
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Cavaliers.
With how this offense has performed, they should be up even more. Well-balanced attack.
Yeah, it's hard for a defense to take things away when you do a bunch of things well.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. The Cavaliers lead by 5. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. We've got Keontae George, and it's Woodson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's the Beast, and stolen by Williamson. Zion inside. Man, he's just built for that.
Excellent work inside from Williamson. This is why he's so aggressive down there.
And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. The Beast has got 14 points for the game. Jazz trail by 5. Williamson outside. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level.
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal fouls.
The previous play is under review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be...
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And a quick check now on the teams that led the league from the charity stripe a year ago. The Cavaliers, number 1.
Well, last year, they were tremendous at the line. A very fundamentally sound team shooting-wise.
First one falls for him. Williamson hits them both. And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They held a 12-point lead earlier. The Beast passes to Garland. Here's the Beast. And he drives in. Williams grabs the board.
And usually that's a bucket for him. But look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Garland against George. Pass to Woodson. Five on the clock. Lets it fly. George's shot is off. Cleveland leading by 3. Here's the Beast. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Now George. Williamson outside. For the tie. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's the Beast. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Williamson for 3. It's rebounded by Salon. The Cavaliers have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. The Beast. Cleveland again missing.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
Inside, here's Woodson. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Salone, he's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. Let's just say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
It's George on the wing, guarded by Garland.
So courageous, taking it right to the defender.
Boy, this dude knows how to finish in traffic. Wow. Pass to the Beast. To snap the cold streak, and the shot goes. The Beast has got 16 points now. And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Lawson, he's checked in for George. Jazz trail by 3. Pass to Sensabaugh. Williamson outside. Over Mobley. Misses the jumper.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Green, the pass to Allen. The fader. That shot, no good. The Jazz have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Here's Sensabaugh. Rebounded by Green. The Cavaliers lead by 3. Pass to Allen. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
The size and strength of Allen is sometimes overwhelming for defenses, even when they try to rough him up.
And Cleveland making a change here. Diabate's checked in. That free throw good from Allen.
A pure 5. Jared Allen isn't trying to shoot a bunch of threes. He bangs down low. He rebounds, protects the paint. He is a rare breed.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
To the middle. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williamson.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection. But you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
A minute 58 left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Iguodaro. Here's Diabate. Here's Banton. Hits the trifecta. Banton's got his first 3 points of the game.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Lawson passes to Williamson. A minute 31 left in the third quarter here. Utah with another miss. And here comes Cleveland. Good momentum. 8 straight points. Pass to Green. 3-pointer. And Cleveland another 3.
He drops yet another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Sohan's checked in for Utah. Sasser comes in for Sensabaugh. .114 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Lawson. He's got 14, and there's a pick. Over to the left wing. Will it go? Sasser gets the bucket.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
Here's Benton. Down low. Here's Alexander Walker.
And a two-handed jam. Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. 32 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Pass to Diabate. Back to Alexander Walker. They set the screen. The 11-footer. Rebounded by the Jazz. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Sasser outside. Off target from outside. And so it's Cleveland. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. The flow of the game has favored them in general. But hey, the tide can shift. Back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Mobley, and it's Iguodaro in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs. Back to Williams. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers lead by 9. From the baseline. It's hauled in by Zion Williamson. Williamson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Picked up by Sohan. Going inside. Mobley with the block.
Hard to protect your shot from Mobley's length. Look, he just bats that ball away.
The beast. Good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Here's the beast. Pass to Gordon. Here's Salone. Here's the beast. No good on the 3.
Oh, man, for whatever reason, he can't get it going from 3, and he's pretty good from there.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw is good. The Cavaliers lead by 10. Here's the beast. Utah grabs the miss. Williamson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Lawson. From the left block. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
Anytime you get a look that good, it's a great trip.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Gordon. And a switch here also for Utah. Sensabaugh is checked in for Williams. Here's Lawson. To the middle. Here's Sensabaugh. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Tipped. Here's the beast. Three-pointer. They get it again. Mobley uses the glass on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
When you're guarding Mobley, you have to finish the possession on D. Seal him off, or Evan, look, this man's going to punish you on that glass.
To the paint. Here's Lawson. And he dunks it down.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Pass to George. It's a one-on-one situation.
Such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing, possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
Here's the Beast. Sends it home from three-point land. The Beast has got 5 points in the quarter.
They've really bottled him up here in the fourth. He's only 2 of 7 from the field.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points in the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And he lays it up and in.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
The Beast shot is off.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
Here's Woodson. Banked it in off the glass. Now just a three-point Cavalier lead.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
Oh, the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter.
I love the throwback basketball. Work it down low and set up your teammate.
And here's Williamson. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Mobley with the block. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Cleveland. George outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target with the three.
Questionable shot selection on that three. Not really helping as they try and narrow the deficit.
Mobley outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Salone. His first shot attempt. The shot no good.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses.
1:27 left in the fourth quarter. George left side. Unloads. And another miss by Utah. Cleveland leading by 5. Pass to Salon. Jacks up a three. Here's Allen. And there's 2. Work on the glass. Paying off that time.
Look, the offensive glass is all about effort and energy. And Allen, look, he's got plenty of both.
Here's Williamson. Good D by Mobley. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, B.A., you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock and don't turn it over.
Now here's Mobley. Pass to Salon. Back to Banton. Alexander Walker with it. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Garland's checked in. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point game here.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
Here's the pick. Utah with another miss. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Great win tonight, MP. They don't even know what's coming for them.
In the house.
MP, you're my favorite player, man. Always.
Let's get busy out there!
Hi, everyone. We've got the second game of the NBA Cup group stage for these two teams. So this one has a little more meaning than your average regular season game. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at Dallas. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
Seeing where Cleveland is, they're the best in class when it comes to putting a great product on the court. And we've seen that in the early going.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Siakam is out there with Tatum. Then there's Devin Booker. Then there's Wells. And it's McBride in at the shooting guard. And for the Cavaliers, Darius Garland is out there with the Beast. Then there's Mobley. And it's Forrest in at the 3 slot. And looking at this game in terms of the NBA Cup, there are major implications here tonight.
Yeah, both these teams come in at 1-0, and with just 4 games in the group stage, the difference between 2-0 and 1-1 is massive. I'm sure that's not a fact that's lost on either of these coaches.
And the Cavaliers start out with the ball. Now for MP, winning the NBA Cup has been a point of emphasis for him. And tonight's game is huge to reach that goal.
It is, and I'll say this, every game in the Cup is a big one. Remember, just 4 teams in each conference advance, so you cannot afford multiple losses. MP will need to be on his A game every game to win it all.
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Oh, nice.
Here's the Beast. No good there. Great D that time from Tatum. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Kenny Atkinson, DA.
Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Thank you, David. And here is Siakam, following the 3 from the Beast. Booker outside. Booker draws the double. Brown's wide open. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
And so just over a minute and a half played. For 3, Siakam misses.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
And it's the Celtics with the ball. After the miss from the Beast, here's Tatum, and it's denied. To the inside, the Beast, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now here's Booker, coming off 31 points last game. Now on the scoring column with that bucket, 1 for 2 this game.
Boy, just tremendous focus from Devin Booker. On the interior, it matters not if he's facing size. Look out.
There's the screen. Forrest passes to the Beast. Bangs home the trifecta. The Beast's got 8 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Wells. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing.
That is just tremendous focus from Jason Tatum. This guy has gotten so good at walling off defenders and finishing plays.
It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
All right, I'm just getting this in my headset. I'm told we have Shams Charania, our 2K insider, on the line. He's now with us, and some important NBA news. Hey, Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Right now, the story is with Sacramento as the Kings front office is executing early season deals. They know how much of a premium rim protection can go for, but they went out and struck a deal for Jarrett Allen. Allen has long been the type of defensive presence that management felt was missing. He's also a great finisher at the rim. It's not the first time Allen has been on the move, but he's a known commodity who fills an area of need for this team.
Once again, Shams, as always, shots good by the Beast.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Booker the pass to Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous three-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
Murray's checked in for the Celtics. And so Tatum nails them both. We'll look at Cleveland, and their NBA Cup run started with a victory. These home fans hoping to see them not just second win in the group portion.
And that's because they're in very good shape if they can take this one. You normally have to win 3 games to advance, so a 2-0 start would be huge.
And seeing how things are shaking out for Boston, this is their second game of the NBA Cup after starting out group play with a win.
Yeah, and it's important to try and go 4-0 in the group stage in order to make the knockout round. We've seen multiple 3-1 teams fail to qualify.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball, and I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. Here's Alexander Walker. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Here's Roddy. Here's Mobley. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's how you give me a little grittiness from Evan Mobley. Not afraid of throwing his weight around right there.
Now McBride. Nothing on the board. The layup missed. Alexander Walker on the wing. Guarded by Tatum. Here's Banton. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
We've got the beast. Also, Darius Garland out there. And it's Salon in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
For 3, Booker. It's rebounded by Salon. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And the 3 off target from the beast. Here's Vaughn. 17 points in his last outing. Back to Booker. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
They set him up. Booker's going to knock it down. Great execution there.
The beast. Booker pulls it in.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Booker. Tatum's got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Outside Garland. Down low. Here's the beast. Rebound Boston. Tatum's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Inside. Here's Booker. It's rebounded by Cleveland. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Siakam is checked in for Brown, and Miles McBride subbed in for Murray.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's McBride. Scoreless thus far. With 3, Booker. Iguodala grabs the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 4. The beast can't hit.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The beast in the last matchup against the Jazz did solid work. He scored 23 points and worked hard on defense, recording a number of blocked shots and steals as well. And this just speaks to the star that he is. He's able to put the team on his back and deliver. Guys?
Thank you, D.A. Win or lose, Greg, it's amazing the impact he can have on the game.
Yeah, in that last one, he was making plays all over the court. No one could match up with him.
Pretty much in attack mode the whole evening. We'll see if he plays with that same level of aggression here tonight.
So it's the Celtics now. After the Cavaliers pick up 3, Tatum, it's blocked. Now, Cleveland moving it out. Here's Diabate, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
Boy, that's what you call great thinking on the fly. Passing on the shot in midair and laying it off to the open man.
Siakam misses. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Not enough on that one as it misses. And so Booker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots.
they won.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this, they caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that. You know, you have to recognize the chance to push it, and they did. Great pass to get the ball behind the defense and an easy 2 points on the board.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And some changes here for the Celtics. Wells, he's checked in for Vaughn, and Murray's subbed in for Booker. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Pass to McBride. Tatum kicks to Wells. Boston, no good that time either. For Cleveland, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Manton, the pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Forrest. Siakam pulls it in. Boston trail. Pass to Wells. Now here's Tatum. Here's Siakam. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Iguodala's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Alexander Walker. Buries it down low. Alexander Walker's got his first points in this one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Murray for 3. And it's Forrest with the rebound.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now a timeout called by Boston. And Cleveland making a change here. Mobley's checked in. .35 seconds left to play in the first half. McBride passes to Wells. They need this one. Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to Banton. Sinks the three-pointer. Banton's got his second basket of the night.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
3 seconds left. Mobley with the block. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hey everybody, nothing like a little trade news to perk up your day. We'll take a look first at some transactions around the NBA. Hold on, I just got an alert on my phone. Ooh, half off bowling after the game tonight. Who's in?
I imagine Shaq probably throws that bowling ball a little too hard, Ernie. I don't know.
False. I have a finesse game, Kenny. One time I hit a sit-down shot from the seats behind the lane.
Shaq's like a trick shot artist out there. And so thinking about the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Celtics.
Losing the rebounding back.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
On the court for the Celtics, we've got Wells. Siakam is out there with Tatum. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's McBride in at the 2.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Master Booker. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Siakam sets a screen for Tatum. Tatum from 3.
That's Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that three-point shot off against virtually anybody.
The Beast. Here's Iguodala. And he can't bank that one in.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Just doing what he can. He's competing, and he's converting.
And he has really kept them in this one with a high effort level. Now the rest of the team has got to step up. His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Well, Doris, before he started playing basketball, Siakam was on the path to priesthood. And there are a lot of GMs in the NBA saying, amen, that he chose basketball.
Kevin, this young man actually attended a seminary and didn't pick up a basketball until he was 16. But even with that, he's built himself into an all-star and a champion. An incredible journey. Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And Doris, one guy who rarely has an off night, Devin Booker.
He has been the model of consistent excellence, Kevin. This guy's so efficient, so productive, all about winning. I am not sure Devin Booker gets the credit he deserves for the level he's at every night.
An elite offensive threat. Booker continues to try and find ways to improve his game.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Outside Garland, it's deflected. Cleveland moving it around. Here's the Beast. Kicks it out to Gordon. Garland, the pass to the Beast. Back to Garland. And it's off from three-point range. Celtics trail by 4. Booker outside. Shoots over Garland. That's good from Booker on the assist by Tatum. Booker's got 15 points.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run. Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Here's Siakam, and it's blocked. Here's the Beast. He's got 21. Got that one up quick. The Beast's got 5 points now this quarter.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
A different look now for Cleveland. Diabate's checked in, and it's Green in for the Beast. And a change for the Celtics. Bonds checked in for Wells. And so Siakam will bring it up for Boston. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for him. The 3 from Tatum. No good. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Green with a screen on Booker. Butler. And he hits the jump shot. Butler's got his first points of the game. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's McBride. Diabate grabs the board. Cleveland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Pass to Salon. Lets the 3 fly. And Boston with the rebound. Siakam outside. Tatum with it. 1:52 left in the third quarter. The 8-footer. He doesn't hit that one.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Here's McBride. Green with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 8. The 3. Nailed from three-point land.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Estevan. And here is Tatum. Tatum, a 3 of his own.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
Butler against Booker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2. Celtics trail by 13. They've got Evan Mobley. DeAndre Hunter out there with the beast. And it's Banton in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Cleveland's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Their fast break plays have seemed unstoppable. They just keep finding ways to overrun the defense here in transition.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. Crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass.
Boston shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. And that's a foul called on the beast. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now here's Murray.
Keep coming.
Booker outside. Back to Murray. Clock at 6. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Murray's got his first basket of the night. And stolen by Booker. Murray the pass to Booker. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Back to Murray. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Cavaliers. To the left wing. Here's the beast. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. The Beast's got 4 points this quarter. Celtics trail by 15. Murray outside. Lets it go with a 3. Again, the miss by Murray. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And that one is good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
Pass to Hunter. Now Mobley. Here's the beast. This one for 3. Vaughn with the rebound. To the middle. Here's Brown. Mobley with the block.
That's a big-time send back by Evan Mobley. That length is real, folks. Look out.
The Beast can't hit.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket for Murray.
No defender within 5 feet of him, just inviting him to shoot the three. That's a dangerous proposition. I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Pass to Brown. To the inside. Here's Booker. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And it's blocked. And here is Brown. Booker in the corner. Shoots from the baseline. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
This is one of the specialties of Devin Booker. That mid-range, you offer it, he'll take it.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Garland, he's checked in for Delano Banton. The Beast, and he slams it one-handed.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And so Booker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Oh, Booker playing big inside.
I love that Devin Booker isn't afraid to mix things up on the offensive end, trying to score inside, and does just that.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment to play the right way.
Back to Garland. Here's the Beast. No good on the three. Celtics trail by 10. Here's Tatum. Inside, Tatum automatic.
Well, off the dribble, Jason Tatum continues to perfect multiple options in his arsenal.
Here's the Beast, and that's a foul called on the Beast. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
And Cleveland making a change here. Forrest is checked in. And Booker kicks to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
You have to love the aggression right there. He's got the vertical, might as well put it to good use.
The Beast passes to Garland. Here's the Beast. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Celtics trail by 6. Siakam with it. Garland picks him up. Booker with no one around. It's good from long range. Booker's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Cleveland has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Inside, the Beast. Money!
Well, just quick with the decision-making, smart pass by Darius Garland.
The Celtics call time. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the head coach for Boston had some instruction for the guys during the timeout. Now, Coach was still pretty positive. He told his guys a handful of shots completely changes this game. Just a few good minutes, and we're right there. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
Oh, my goodness. Booker's confidence is off the charts. He's money in the bank.
Yeah, he gets that one, but really been a struggle for him with his shot all game. Needs to improve his shooting if they're going to keep this lead. And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
The Celtics call time. Hunter's checked in for the Cavaliers. Goes up off the inbound. Booker, no good.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Forrest is checked in. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line. It's a 7-point game.
Well, you want to continue to build the lead, so a very productive trip to the line right there.
From downtown, Iguodala grabs the rebound. Here's the Beast, driving inside. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. And they're off to a great start in the NBA Cup, a 2-0 record in the group stage.
And in this format, you need a third win in the group stage. So with 2 games left, they're in great position.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Older, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.